I got attacked. It's saying subscribe again, please and thank you.
Thank you.
And if you already are subscribed, we appreciate you.
Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality, and where you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident diva, resident evil diva, should I say. Here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I have decided I was going to bring back an oldie, yet a goodie. And it is strawberry
Yay! Everything is right in the world.
She's here, she's back,
Yes.
and I love it. It's so hot here in Fiji. This is refreshing. Not sponsored yet by Stun Kids, but yet is what I'm saying.
Emphasis on yet.
Yes, emphasis on yet. But if I was drinking out of anything else, it would be my mug.
Mine is in the dishwasher.
See, it's dishwasher safe, people.
It sure is.
And you can get your cup mug at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. And we do ship internationally and domestically. So there are no excuses. And I'm looking at you, Love Island fans, all over the world. Get your cup merch. Support the cup channel with the cup merch and the subscriptions. Period.
And I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay. Gay, I am still on the mend from being sick. I think we both are a little bit, because, you know, everyone I know is getting sick. And I'm just like, cool, love it, wonderful, and also great. So I am drinking, objectively, the best flavor of Gatorade, Fight with the Wall, but it's lime cucumber.
Period.
So...
If I like Gatorade, I might say yes or no. I don't know.
I don't like most of them, but I love lime cucumber, and I love cucumbers with lime on them. So it is very, very refreshing. I'm feeling energized. I'm feeling ready. We're in Fiji. This is quenching my thirst here in Fiji as well. Because dear God, Lana, do we have a couple episodes to fucking talk about today?
Wow. I will say, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it with confidence. Love Island Games is eating. Damn.
It's that girl. We thought it was.
It's that girl. It's the moment. She's the icon. She's a legend. She's the moment. She's that girl. Period.
I need this franchise to be renewed yesterday.
A week ago.
4 weeks ago. Before it even started. Before it started.
Oh, I have never been so sad for any Love Island, anything. Like Same. I am so sad right now. I'm literally counting down the hours for the episode to come out so I can watch and see what happens. Because, oh baby, it's just been so good. I have not. I've been enjoying talking about this. Like, this has become my Project Runway. This has become my one-off stuff that we just do here on the regular on the channel from time to time that we just enjoy doing because we just like talking about it. I need more. I hate that we're wrapping this up so soon. I need more. But we're going to start with our, as we call it, this is our cycle 5, but episode 16, we'll start with episode 16. And Logan, from where we left off, things were looking kind of interesting, I will say, because this is where we left off. These are the couples that we had when we left off.
Yeah.
And things took an interesting turn here.
Interesting is kind of the right word for it. I would agree.
So let's jump into these lines. I'm like, y'all see the couples, but y'all know we always got to show. But we have Eyal and Sally. We have Jack and Justine. We have Ray and Imani. We have Callum and Deb. We have Mitch and Zeta. We have Johnny and Aurelia. We have Scott and Courtney. Those are our couples. Those are what we're doing. And we're going into the day starts off pretty, everybody's trying to get to know each other. The newer couples are getting to know each other. They're
it's what, day 3 for them?
Yeah,
like
day 3. They still trying to get to know each other.
I just want to say, and we'll talk about this later, but when Johnny later in episode 18 goes, the last couple of days I've spent with Aurelia, and I'm like, it's literally been days.
It's
literally been days.
Days. And I'm like yeah, because I think Courtney said something along the lines of, we've come so far, we don't want to we worked so hard to get this to this point. I was like, girl, you got here 2 days ago.
You've known him for a day and a half.
Right. It's literally, what do you mean you've come this far? You've done nothing. He's come so far. You've been there for a couple days. But
and also it's only been like 3 weeks.
Right. Like, even for them to be
I forget that the US-based Love Island ones only last like a couple of weeks. Because the UK ones last like a couple months. Like, they're long fucking seasons. And I feel like they were, the original franchise of Love Island, so it makes sense. I do wish that other franchises would adopt that model. Because we have seen a lot of successful couples come out of the UK franchise. I can't really say the same for a lot of the other ones.
Definitely not the US ones. Just saying. Yeah, I think dating shows definitely need to be a little bit longer, like a month or 2, so it can nurture and get people to actually get to know the person and make those decisions on if they want to be with that person long term. When you do a show that's like 3 weeks, you don't really know anybody in 3 weeks. Honestly, you have some connections, sure, but do you really know that person? So you have to hope for outside connections to actually stay strong.
Agreed.
For it to actually work. And so it's like, I kind of wish they would make it longer. But so they're trying to get to know each other. And, we got new couples in Scott and Courtney and Zeta and Mitch, Scott just got there. Mitch and Zeta just got there. And so they're still trying to figure out their dynamic or whatever. And then we get a text.
We got a text. Oh my God.
So Courtney gets the text, and Courtney's like, Islanders, we're having a carnival. And we're having a carnival, and get ready for tonight's festivities. For something about foregone or something. So four people were going to leave the island today. And so everybody's like, oh crap. Oh shoot. Freak out. Everybody's like, oh no. Freak out ensues. Scrambling starts.
Oh my God.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we going to do? And so we get a conversation with all the guys, all the OG guys. We get Johnny and Ray and Callum and Jack and Eyal, and they're in the bedroom. They're like, look, we got to have each other's back. We just got to get 2 of them out, and that's it. We got each other's back. Yeah, they got all of them like, yep, that's it. Hoorah. They shaking on it. They patting and dapping it up and doing whatever dudes do. And they're like, bro, we got this. We got each other. We looking out for each other. We just gonna make sure that whatever we got to do, we go after the new couple. We go after the bombshells because that's just what it is. And they're like, yeah, that's what we're doing. And so then we have another conversation with Courtney, Dev, Aurelia, and Amani. And they're upstairs outside the girls' dressing room, and they're like, Imani is like, look, I got y'all. We go work together. Because we got to start taking some of these folks out. And I rocks with y'all. And they're like, yep, we go look out for each other. Mm-hmm. We got each other's back. That's what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And they were like, okay, cool. That's great. Man. Do we get a quick conversation between Justine and Jack? And Jack is like, look, if push, we're going after who we're going after, but we need a plan B. We need a plan B.
Because we're going to go after all the bombshell couples, obviously. Or the couples that are all bombshell, because obviously they just haven't been in here as long. We don't have that relationship with it. I always hate this fucking part of Love Island, because it's like, okay, well, they can't help that they're fucking bombshells, but whatever, I do agree with you. However, like, well, we need to have a backup plan. Imani and Ray.
He was like, it needs to be Imani and Ray. And she was like, I hate this, but I agree with you.
And Justine is just like, but yeah.
She's like, I hate it because Ray is my friend and I really want to protect Ray. But she has also been getting the intel that Imani has not been looking out for her best interest this entire time. Like, she wanted to send Justine and Jack home the first week she was power couple, and then the second week she was a power, like, she had tried twice to send Jack and Justine home, and so they were like, if she tried twice before, she'll definitely try it again if she get the chance. So plan B might need to be Imani and Ray. And Justine was like, as much as I hate this so much because I love Ray, but I can't trust Imani. So it is what it is. We just got to do what we got to do. And I think Celine and y'all was on that same level of, if we got to do what we got to do, we hate it, but we got to do what we got to do. If push come to shove. First things first, we need to handle the bombshells and the new couples. That's first. That's who we need to target first. But whatever happens. And so they were like, okay. They kind of like agreed on it and moved on. I would love to say that Johnny and Aurelia talk some strategy, but they don't talk. They just kiss.
They literally don't talk.
Literally just make out the entire time.
Everywhere.
Every single place. I was like, have you ever even talked to these girls, girl? Are you even trying to build a social connection with any of these girls, girl?
I genuinely, and this is no shade to Aurelia, because she seems like a perfectly lovely individual. I forgot she was there.
Yep.
She popped up at the end of this episode after the elimination, and I was like, where the fuck did you come from? Like, and that, like,
Are you?
Like, truly, honestly, and genuinely, I'm like, I would like to know who she is. I don't.
She literally just, when we see her, she's making out with Johnny. That's all we get from them on every single occasion. I was like, I think only time we see her, she's either making out with Johnny or she's putting on makeup in the makeup room.
Literally. It's like, well, that's fun. Okay.
Sure. Okay, girl. Cute. But we also get a little no, that's after. But yeah, so those are the conversations that happen. All those go down. Everybody's getting ready for the carnival. So let the games begin. We have Our first game is cornhole.
Yep.
And everybody has 5 beanbags to toss into one of the cornholes of the person or the couple who you want to make vulnerable. And so up first, I think was Imani and Ray. Were they first? I think they were first.
No,
Oh
not
no,
in
it was Shelly
cornhole.
and
Oh
Dion.
no. It was
first.
Callum and Deb.
Not first. They weren't first.
I thought they were because
No.
Deb was first because she got upset because she was like, I hate that I have to go first because I'm setting the tone here.
Was they first? Maybe
For cornhole, it sure was.
Okay. And because Callum was like, we got to go for Scott and Courtney, and she was like,
but Courtney's my friend.
And she was like,
and then
he was like,
and that's where Courtney started her reign of terror, just saying everyone's a backstabbing bitch.
I was like, well, Julie. She was like, I don't want to. And Callum was like, we have to do this, or we are the target. Like, we have to do this, which makes sense because Callum knows y'all are a brand new couple too. They don't know her, and then they go sacrifice somebody. Eventually, you will be the first on the list. And so Callum's like, we just got to do this. So Callum goes, he throws. He gets like a couple in there, and then Deb was like, I guess I gotta do this. And baby, if she don't knock 4 of them beanbags in there.
I mean, okay, thank God Deb was good at something in this carnival because it was not apples. But I'm glad she was good at something.
I am on the side of y'all with the bobbing for apples.
Oh, 100% she threw it. 100% she threw it. Like that was no shocker for me.
I was like, girl, you are not whatever, but we'll get to that. But yeah, she threw that in there, and then it was Sally and Eol, and they go. Pretty much everybody's going for Scott and Courtney at this point.
And that's how this entire challenge went.
They literally ended up with 44 beanbags in their corner. Scott and Courtney went for Justine and Jack.
Sure.
And Jack and Scott was like, Jack was like, explain. Scott was like, I mean, I gotta break you two up. I gotta break y'all up. The 4 of y'all are running the whole
drive.
The 4 of you are running the villa. And I gotta break you 4 up.
And I mean, he's not wrong.
I mean, I don't know if the 4 is running the villa. They just have the strongest alliance. And if the other people wanted to go against them, they could. They're just choosing not to. So that's really, I don't know if it's running the villa. I just think they just know that Sally and Justine will not go against each other. They just aren't. And then you got y'all and Jack, who are also best friends. They're not going against each other.
Yeah.
The 2 couples just happen to couple up with the best friends of each other. So it's like,
yeah.
I don't know if they're running it, but if everybody else, it's only 4. And if anybody else wanted to go against them, they could have, but they're choosing not to. Like Johnny and Ray and Callow could have easily been like, let's grab Scott and Mitch. And let's go for Jack and Justine and Sally and y'all. But they didn't because they want to work with them. So I think that's just the social game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
But yes. But yeah, so he was like, we just got to break y'all up because y'all running the villa. And Jack is like, no, it's cool. No, it's cool. I'm not mad though. It's cool. It's cool. Oh no, you mad, bro.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine. I'm fine.
We're good. You good? Because I'm good. I just want you to be good. But
are you good though?
I mean, I'm good. Are you good?
I'm good.
I'm fine.
Well, whatever make you think that I'm not good, Lana?
I'm just trying to figure out if you're good because I don't know if you're good.
I'm good. I'm trying to make sure that you're good.
Oh, I'm good. I'm always good. You ain't got to worry about me because I'm good.
Okay, so we're targeting the same house target that everybody else is targeting, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because we're good.
Because we're good.
We're good.
Because if there's one thing we are,
it's good.
It's okay.
We're fine.
Decent.
We're fine. We're cool. We're cool.
Acceptable.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's not right.
But it's okay.
Period. Anyway.
So yeah, Scott and Courtney just get dogpiled. And then we go to the next challenge, which is bobbing for apples. And guess what? Guess what, Lana?
What happened, Logan?
Mitch and Zeta get dogpiled. Shocker! I'm so surprised.
I didn't see that one coming.
I saw all three of these rounds coming.
Look here. I was not mad at any of the decisions that were made either.
Oh, all three of them?
Of all three of them. I was not mad at any decision. I was not mad at the decisions that were made. I was not mad at the strategies that were put forth because at the end of the day, this is still Love Island game. This is not Love Island, and it's not based on compatibility all the time in this game.
I think the difficulty, and this comes down to, again, and we'll talk about it when we talk about the finale, which I think is tonight at the time we're talking about this. I think the difficulty is all of these people have been on Love Island. It doesn't seem like a lot of these people have watched, and I don't think any of them have been on any competition reality shows, with the exception of Selly and Justine.
Yep.
And I think that fundamentally is why Selly and Justine kind of have a head up, or a leg up on the competition.
Yep.
Because Justine knows how ruthless the challenge is. She's come into this game as a thinking in a challenge mindset, which I love. I think that's great. And she's also found a very lovely, wonderful, fantastic man out of this. So
she's been to the finale of the challenge. Let's not forget that. The girl made it to the finale of the. Justine gets on a show, she go make it to a finale. Just saying. And she did that.
Yep.
With the challenge. So she came in, like you said, with the mindset of, I know how to navigate my way through these challenge competition-based games and use my social strategy to get me as far as it can get me and make the strategic moves that need to be made. And some of these folks ain't never been there before. And it's a shell shock. They ain't know how to handle it like folks. And even our dear friends online who act like they ain't never seen a competition reality show in their life getting mad over some strategy. And I'm like, are we mad at strategy or are we mad because your face got out?
I think we're mad at both, honestly. It feels very BBUK when people like try to game the game and then everyone gets mad and says that you're a game player, but you're literally on a game.
Right.
Like that shit pisses me off. And I think it comes down to we have such a competition reality like mindset because that's what we watch. That's what we enjoy. And so when you have those two kind of worlds align where it's like, it's more like dating show meets competition reality show. Like that's where like I love it because I love both of those things and I love that they're coming together. People that don't have that experience aren't going to get it. Exactly. And mind you, some of the Love Island Australia people might have been on the Challenge Australia and some of the UK people might have been on Challenge UK. I don't know that to be sure. I'm going to assume probably not.
Because they're not acting like it. They're not acting like it if they have been.
Yeah. So, I don't
know. So then, for the fact, after each competition, whoever gets the most, whoever loses the round, they become vulnerable. So, of course, our first vulnerable couple is Scott and Courtney because they got dogpiled. So, the second one is the bottom for apples. And this is where things take a very interesting turn because the plan was Mitch and Zeta. Get Mitch and Zeta out of here. Let's make them vulnerable. Blah blah blah. And so Ray is telling Amani the plan is like, just put it in Mitch and Zeta's thing. And she's like, I don't want to do that because why are we doing this? We should be putting it in other people's things. We should. And he was like, no, stick with the plan. We need to stick with the plan because, of course, Ray is like, look, I got this pack and we need to stick with this plan or we are the targets. We have already been power coupled like 3 times. We need to you've been power couple person 3 times. And if they come for you, they come for me. And I don't want that to happen right now. So we need to stick with the plan.
Because we also forgot to mention, Lana, they are now boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. I kind of good for them.
I still like them after all of this, okay?
I mean, I like them after this. I know behind the scenes stuff, and they don't work out. Like they are no longer together. Like they are. They weren't. I don't think they were boyfriend and girlfriend even after they left the island. I don't think they were boyfriend
based on how this went, I understand.
I don't think they were boyfriend and girlfriend when they came back to.
Given what happens, I guess I understand that.
So I mean, it's just So I don't know. So there's that. But I still like them individually. I still like them as people, all of them. I think, and I don't have any ill will against anybody. I think everybody who came on the show has really, really done really great, and I enjoyed everybody who had came into the villa this time. I really did.
Except for Johnny.
I mean, even Johnny in his villainous era, at least he was a villain that I could like really, really root against. He gave me he emoted some feelings in me. I was like, oh, he was good TV.
You're right.
Johnny was good TV, and
yeah, I'll agree with that.
So I don't dislike anybody. I'm not like if I was gonna rank how much I like people in fandom, like Stan, Johnny would be at the bottom of the list. But he emoted some really good. He gave us some really good TV, and I'm like, woo-wee. He was the perfect TV villain. You love to hate him. Yeah, love to hate him. And so, yeah. So, but Imani is not feeling the plan. She's like, Ray was like, fine, you do what you go do. I'm sticking to the plan. And she's like, I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do. And Imani goes, they start bobbing for these apples, and she starts putting them in Johnny's, and then Jack and Justine's, and then one in Zeta's, and Mitch. She just went down the line and put one in everybody. It was like, and everybody's like, what the is she doing? Do it. Like, in that moment, you've already had an argument with Courtney because Courtney is like, you're just a snake. You put all this stuff in our thing. You coming for us. You wearing my clothes. You coming for me. And she like, Amani's like, it is what it is. It's the game.
When Courtney said, you fucked me in my clothes, that is one of the most iconic lines I think ever on Love Island Anywhere. And I'm just like, bring Courtney back for everything Love Island ever does. Honestly. I want Courtney on every franchise of Love Island. I want Courtney as the host of Love Island. I want her to compete on Love Island. I want her to be the bartender on Love Island. I want her to be the cameraman, the producer, all of it.
Okay.
I'm so obsessed with her.
How about say, so you like Courtney, huh?
Maybe.
A little bit. Okay.
Just a scotch.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, she's like, everybody. Not only did she piss off the people who she said she was gonna work with, her friends who she said they were her friends, but then she turns around and piss off everybody else. Everybody else. And so now it just got to the point. Then we get to everybody was just like, I don't know what she's doing. We don't know what she's doing. She's just, I don't know. So then Callum and Deb comes, and Deb basically throws this challenge. She doesn't get one apple out of the thing. She's just sticking her head in like, I don't, I don't, I can't get it.
Here's the thing. I will say something just on the Imani of it all. I understand her perspective and why she went the route that she did.
Mm-hmm.
And I also understand everyone being upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she was not the only singular person doing that in this challenge, I don't think it would have been nearly as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But she was the only singular person that did it.
Yep.
So,
I mean, because even if you're not going to put it, I don't know. I don't even know what she could have done besides either sticking to the plan or not sticking to the plan. Because if she sticks with the plan, and I think honestly, if she would have stuck to the plan, things would have been different. I think things
still
would
think
have
they
been.
take the shot. I do still think they take the shot. I don't think it mattered. Honestly, I would like to sit here and say, oh, that changed everything and it changed their immediate ideas. Justine and Jack were still going after Ray.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because
I think it would have been closer, but
I think they would have, because I think they needed a show from Imani that they could trust her. And I think this was the moment she could have shown them that that she actually could be trusted with them. And they would have maybe not gone after her then. And they probably would have did the 5 original people being there. Like they would have, I don't think they would have actually took the shot. But seeing what she did in this challenge just made it easier to make that choice. Okay. In my opinion, I don't know.
Sure.
I think it just made it easier because it's like if and I agree. I think maybe they still might have taken the shot, maybe, but I think they would have contemplated not taking the shot if she would have stuck to the plan.
But I think it definitely would have been close because I think the other option then would have been Johnny and Aurelia.
Mm-hmm. That was what they said. That was literally the plan.
And I think it would have been closer, but based on how many Justine and Jack did, I think like that would have been like I think it would have been closer. But for me, I do still think it would have ended up being Imani and Ray. But there is absolutely a universe where you're right, and it ends up being Johnny and Aurelia, and that would have been my best case scenario.
I would have been perfectly happy with it, but it didn't happen. So after the bobbing for apples, our next vulnerable couple was Zeta and Mitch. No shocker there. So then we go to the pie off, where you had to throw you had one singular beanbag to throw through either a 1, 2, or 3 ring. 3 being you get 3 pies, 2 pies, 1 pie. And so up first was Jack and Justine. Yeah. And no, they weren't first because
a couple people just didn't get it.
Right. We had Scott and Courtney. They just didn't get it. We had Sally and y'all. They didn't get it.
God bless Sally, honestly.
Ray and Imani, they didn't get it. Nope. Jack and Justine comes. And so he like, take your time. Take your time. You got this. She's like, oh, I'm so nervous. I'm nervous. She said, take your time. So Justine throws, and it goes through the one hoop. Everybody's like, did it go through? It went through. She's like, oh. Okay. And then Jack goes right behind her. It goes through. I was like, so we get our first prize of the night. And so Jack and Justine have to decide who they're going to pie. And Jack looked at Justine. He's like, we got to do it. And she was like, like, yeah, we got to do it. So they pie Ray and Imani. And Ray is like, I respect it. I understand why you're doing it. I get it. What he was like, what just happened? I understand why you go pie us, because Justine was like, look, I don't know. She said, I love you, Ray. I just don't know if I can trust Imani. That's just the thing. And Imani never denied it. She was kind of like,
she owned her shit. I'm
it
like,
is
all right.
what it is.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I don't trust you either. So it is what it is. And so they pie Imani and Ray.
Yeah.
And then Mitch goes, they don't get it.
Mm-mm.
And then Scott and Courtney goes, and Scott misses, and Courtney gets hers through. And so they get 2 pies. And so Scott
I thought they got more because it was like I thought they gave a couple to.
It was they got the 2. They got the 2.
So they get one to Ray and Imani.
One Ray and Imani and one to Courtney and Callum. I mean Deb and Callum.
Yeah.
So they do Deb and Callum first, and Courtney is like, she's like, I am just so disappointed in you, Courtney, because you're my best friend.
Yeah.
And that's what I said.
You said Courtney.
No, Courtney said that to Deb.
Oh, I heard it differently. Sorry.
It's okay. Courtney said that to Deb. It's thick brain still.
I heard, I'm so disappointed in you, Courtney. And I was like, that's Courtney saying it, but okay. I have to bring back my Courtney impression. Hello, everyone. It's me, Courtney. Deb, I'm very upset with you because you threw beanbags into my heart-shaped hole on the cornhole. So here's a pie.
You were my best friend. You were my best friend, and I'm so disappointed in you.
Were they from the same season?
Yeah, they were from the same season.
Okay. I was like, I didn't realize that, I guess. And I was
it was Deb, Courtney, and Imani, all from the same season.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
That's why they were so mad.
Worse.
Yeah, that's why they were so mad.
Oh, that's why this makes it even worse. I didn't realize that. Oh, no.
Yep. They were all so mad.
Well, that makes sense now.
Yeah. And so she was like, I'm so disappointed.
And so disappointed in you, Deb. And even Deb was like, yeah, I mean, I didn't have a backbone.
Deb was like, I should have said no.
At least Deb owned her shit too. I was like, all right, Deb. I appreciate you, Deb. I see you, Deb.
But see, here's the thing. I understand Deb because she is new too, and Callum has been here. So all she can do is trust on the connections that he already built to keep her in this game. So I get it. I understand it. I'm sorry, Courtney, that you hooked up with the new guy who has no connections and who's gonna go. It's just like, I understand, Deb. I understand Aurelia. I understand why they were like, just do what I'm told so I can stay here in the game that I'm trying to win. And so it made sense. It made sense. Now, I understand why Courtney was mad. Like, you're my best friend, and you could tell you should have been like, I'm not doing that to my best friend. But Deb was like, but girl, I'm trying to win a game. Like, sometimes gotta cut ties. So made sense. So she pies Deb. Deb takes it. Scott like slams that pie in the Callum's face. I'm like, why are you mad at Callum? Like, what did Callum do to you?
I'm like, for what reason? Like,
what
damn, okay.
Why are you so aggressive with that pie on Callum?
Damn.
Like, he was like, what? I was like, whoa.
Not nearly as intense as Courtney was pieing Imani, because that was...
She was very mad. Imani was like, just pie me and get your clothes messed up. I don't care. I was like, what? And she did. And she was like, what? And Imani said, what? And put all that
God.
I was like,
oh my God. What are they going to do for season 2?
I have no idea. Because
I know there is probably still a wealth of Islanders to choose from.
Oh, for sure.
And
we bring some folks back.
I, for one, would love to see Olivia back. Because now she's got several challenge seasons under her belt. She's made a challenge final. She got hit in... She broke her nose getting hit with a golf ball. The girl can do any damn thing. And I would like to see it, personally.
Sure.
I know you're not an Olivia fan. I get it.
It's a few people who I would love to see come back. And I'm sure it's the people who I don't know from other franchises who, if I decide to watch the franchises, I would love to see them come back. So
Exactly.
it's interesting. I'm very interested too.
Mhm.
I think they got a lot of people, and you got this amazing cast. You could bring some folks back from this cast to mix in with the new people. Oh, just Love Island games. Oh, so good. So Amani throws the pie back, and Courtney's like, oh! It was whatever. But the last vulnerable couple is Imani and Ray because they got pied the most. And yeah. So they are told to grab these stuffed animals on their way back to the fire pit. So everybody grabs a stuffed animal and they head back over
Not
to
thinking anything of it.
just grab the stuffed animal. It's the carnival. You get the stuffed animal when you win the prize. Da da da. Sure, grab it. They take it. They're like, oh, we get to keep these cute little animals, so we're gonna take it. And they go sit down, and Maya Jama comes out. And you know when Maya comes out, stuff starts to happen. It's about to go down when Maya Jama comes out. And she comes out and she's like, hey everybody, I need all the vulnerable couples to come and stand up here with me. And they come up and she's like, so as you know, these are vulnerable couples, and two of them are going to be out. But you don't know how this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, and we won't, apparently, we don't really have a power couple, so to speak. But
we kind of do.
But we kind of do.
By random
sure. Because they were like, so by the stuffed animals you have, inside there is hearts. Some are pink, one is gold. And whoever has the golden heart will make the sole decision on who to save.
I love this.
So much.
I loved this, and yet I also feel like this might have been a little scripted, if you ask me.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past them.
It felt so convenient to give Jack and Justine the power.
I mean, that if you listen to Jack and Justine and Sally's podcast, which they do.
I haven't for these episodes yet. I haven't been able
to. Which I did. And they were like, literally, they told us, it was very like, oh, hey guys, after this, we're going to all go over there and grab a stuffed animal. Jack said, I asked Justine which one she wanted. And she said, she wanted the elephant. And by the time Jack got over there to get it, the elephant was gone. And so he just had to grab what was left. So it was very much random. He said they said it was definitely random. Nobody told them to grab any specific one or so.
I'll take that.
I think it was random for them. And they was like, we just grabbed one because we were like, oh, we'll get to keep these and we get to just take them home and have a memento. That'll be cute.
You sure do.
And she was like, I didn't really want that one because I thought that was the ugliest one, but that was the only one because we were the last one to get over there, that we were left with it. And I was like, oh, well, okay. So I think it was kind of random. I can only go by what they're saying. We don't know. But so we do end up, as Logan said, Jack and Justine ends up with the golden heart.
Yep.
And so they have to choose one to save. So they go over to discuss what they're going to do. And it was crazy part. It came down to Sally and Justine, the last two people, to find out if they have a pink or gold heart, which is crazy.
I'm like, that felt a little like.
But They go over and they discuss, and they like, Jack is like, I think it's the time we got to do it. She was like, no, dude. He was like, I think. She was like, I hate this so much. She said, because when are we going to get this chance again? And if it's the competition next, she's been really good at competition. And so this is where I was like, yeah, I kind of might agree with you, what you said earlier, Logan. I was like, maybe it could have changed, or maybe it wasn't going to change. But I think her actions made it easier for them to be like, yep, this is what we're doing.
I think so.
But it was just like, she was like, I can't look at him. I can't. He was like, we got to do it. He was like, look at me. You trust, we got this. She's like, yeah, we got this. She said, I understand why we're doing it, and it makes sense to why we're doing it. I just hate that we got to do it. Yeah. And they made their decision, and the couples who they decided to stay was Mitch and Zeta, which means Ray and Imani have been dumped from the villa, along with Scott and Courtney. And when I tell y'all, this was like opposites of, very contrasting of reactions. Because the minute Jack started talking and giving his speech on who he was going to save, and he was like, we got to think about the competitions, we got to think about the strongest team. Ray just was,
yeah.
Just do it, dog. Just say it. Just say it. And what also made me laugh was this whole thing throughout the competition, the carnival games. Zeta was like, they just found us as a threat. They just find us as a threat. They just find us as a threat. That's why they're targeting us. They just find us as a threat. And Jack was like, and we picked the team who is the least threatening to us, which is Mitch and Zeta. I was like, not you talking a whole episode about how much of a threat you are and how much they think you're a threat. And that's why they're coming so hard for you, because you're such a threat. And they were like, we really don't consider you a threat at all.
These editors do not give a fuck about Zeta, do they?
About nobody.
Other than Justine and Jack and Selly and y'all. That's about it. Like, honestly, I'm like, and I mean, I get it. They are kind of the stars of the season, but I'm just like, y'all are paying this woman no mind. She is a winner.
She is a winner.
Give her the respect she is entitled to as a winner of your damn show. Now, the foolishness of this editing, they didn't have to leave all that in. They did not have to make my girl Zeta look like that. They did not have to do her like that. And they did.
Oh,
they did, Lana.
I cackled the entire time.
Oh, trust, I did too, but I'm just like, girl, leave Zeta alone. Leave her alone.
I love Zeta. I love. I'm obsessed with Zeta. I think she's gorgeous. She's stunning.
I need to go back and rewatch her full season.
Yeah, I love Zeta. Me too. I am obsessed with her. But like,
is our next step in our Love Island journey, Lana, rewatching season 4?
Who knows? Probably
4 or 5.
5. I think it might be 4.
She wasn't on the same season as Deb and Courtney and...
No, I thought it was 4.
So she was on 5. Her season just ended.
Yes, she just ended 5. Yeah.
Do we need to rewatch 5 before we get 6 and 7? Because I'm down. I'm down. I think it's a short season.
Who knows? All I know is that made me cackle. And I couldn't stop cackling. And it was just like, they really did her so dirty.
They did my girl dirty like that. I'm mad.
I'm mad about that, but it was so funny. But so yeah, Ray is pissed. Ray's pissed. Ray is very much annoyed, very much pissed because he took this very personally. He took it very personally that Justine would let Jack manipulate her into doing what she did. And Justine is like, that's not what happened, right? That's not what happened.
And that's where Ray lost me.
Mm.
That's where Ray lost me. Ray lost me. I'm going to be honest. Ray lost me this entire episode where he's like, well, I need Imani to do what I need the group to do. And it was very I. It was very singular. All of the verbiage he was using was very I, very me, very I need her to do this because I said so. And that's just the perception that I'm getting. And I've seen people talk about it very differently. I'm not here also saying that I am on Imani's side per se. I'm not on either of their sides. I think the difficulty here is Imani made a decision in the game that was not a smart decision, honestly, for her game, but it was what she wanted to do, and I respect her for that. It just cost her the game. And I think the difficulty with Ray is that everything felt very me, this is what I want for the team. And I don't like that verbiage, especially from a man talking about his, at the time, girlfriend. I'm like, I don't like that verbiage personally. So for me, I was like, this whole episode, I was like, Ray, you keep losing, and he's gone.
Yeah, it was. I understand what you're saying because I definitely think Ray was very much like you should just listen to me, like more of a shut up and listen type deal. And obviously he didn't know Imani that well enough to know that she is not a shut up and listen type of girl. And it just seemed so very. I didn't like how he just assumed that Justine will just let Jack tell her what to do, and she had no brain of her own. And I was just like, that's not who Justine is either. And if this is your best friend, and this is somebody
your best friend,
you knew this person outside of this game, and this is somebody who you call your best friend, you should know that that is not who she is, that she makes up her own mind and she has her own thoughts and brains functioning to do whatever she wants to do for herself. But he was just like, I can't believe you let this man who you just met come up in here and manipulate you. And she's like, no, that's not what happened. We talked about it. That's my partner. We talked about it. We came up with a decision together. I knew full well what I was doing when I said, yes, let's vote out Ray and Imani. It had nothing to do with our friendship. This is game. And I think Ray just so, and it will continue even in the next episode from the previews that we saw. He is so stuck on the friendship aspect that he doesn't think about the game aspect. Because I'm like, honey, if you go play a game with friends where you're gonna where people get voted out or kicked off, it happens. You can be best friends with somebody and they can turn around and vote you right out of a game.
We know that very well. Like,
you done it to each other, and it's okay.
Literally.
And it's like, I still consider Logan one of my really good friends.
I agree.
But when we playing a game, it's like some days we ain't gonna work together. It's
most days I'm like, Lana is a huge threat. I need to get rid of her. Like, that's just tea. Like,
I mean, it is what it is. And it's like, if you can get me, good on you. But if you can't, no, I'm coming for you.
And I have. And I
got you back. Got you right on out the game. It's just what we do.
Yep.
So and that's just how I feel like people should have went into this game. I understand you have outside connections, and that's fine. But you also know that they're coming in to have other connections that they're building up. You and her are not going to get together and be coupled up. So your friendship sometimes ain't go outweigh a connection like a love connection. You know what I mean? Because in any, hierarchy of relationships, if I got my man And then I got my friend who's a boy, my friend who's a man. And my man was like, we got to get him out because they strong. And we got, like, babe, I don't know. I can't. Let's talk about, yeah, you're right. Let's think about it logically. Game wise, it makes sense. And I'm going to go with my man. That's the hierarchy of friendship. If a couple is married, the married couple ain't finna say, "Oh, I listen to my girlfriend over my husband." Like, it's just, or my bro over my wife. It's just, or whatever, your spouse. It's just people just need to understand.
It's a different connection.
Dynamic, yeah, and connection for sure.
And I mean, at the end of the day, let's be honest. Looking at the social medias of everybody on here, the only couple that's still standing is Jack and Justine. So, at least from what I've seen.
From what I've seen too, I think
there might be one other one.
We have a connection of somebody who did not couple up on the show, who might be coupled up now.
Who's that?
I don't want to say on the own thing because I don't know if it's for sure, but I'll tell you afterwards.
Okay.
Because this is on the internet. I don't want to false information. But yeah, so
everything is alleged. It says so. It usually does, actually.
Not for this one.
Hold up. It will very shortly. Go on.
We will. So Ray took it very, very personally. And but Justine tried to explain, Jack tried to explain, everybody tried to explain. Everybody tried to explain, but I don't know. They left. They were sad. They were mad. Scott and Courtney, on the other hand, was like, we get it. It's nothing. It's a game. And it's what it is. We move.
I know. I loved Scott being like, yeah, it's a game. I know. I've been on every Love Island this year. Don't worry about it. Like, oh no, me getting eliminated from Love Island. Shocker.
Right before the finale. Look, right before the finale.
Again, no. Good luck, everyone. Courtney took it a lot better than I thought she would too. I was like, oh, Courtney. Yeah.
See, this is the thing. I think Courtney has always been chill. And I think if Armani wouldn't have did what she did, like wore her clothes and then went for her and then all that stuff and said, I got you, and then not had you, I think Courtney would have been very much more chill about everything. But I'm glad we didn't get chill Courtney because I enjoyed.
I love drama, messy Courtney.
I like drama Courtney. She was very fun to watch. But she's always been so laid back, like even the whole thing that happened between her and Johnny. She was kind of like, I don't really care that you kissed her. I just really care that you just didn't tell me. Like, I could care less.
I was going to say that this is the end of my Courtney impression, but we do see Courtney in the next episode, and I'm very excited to see Courtney in the next episode. So we're going to keep the Courtney impression up. I know everyone's so excited about the Courtney impression. So we get to hear it next episode as well.
Great.
I'm getting better. I'm really impressed with that.
You really should humble yourself a little bit, sir.
Fuck off, Lana. Anyway, let's talk about episode 18. We're already kind of there. But
yeah, so the aftermath. All these people.
Can I haven't broken out this in a very long time.
Break out what you need to break out.
But it feels fitting. Fuck you, Johnny, for all of the mind games and the bullshit that you are throwing Justine's way on this morning while she is trying to make her breakfast and exist in peace. Because everybody else, their mother, their second cousin, the cameraman, and Maya Jama herself is going about their own business, mourning the loss of Ray and Imani, even though they're not dead. They're just not in the villa anymore. But everybody else is doing their own thing. And you got to sit on that breakfast bar staring into Justine's soul like some kind of devil, because you are. And looking at her being like, you know, it's really fucked up what you did. Like, really sucks what you did. Fuck you, Johnny. Fuck you. That's uncalled for. That's unprofessional. That's bullshit. And that's small dick energy. Anyway, Justine looked great this morning.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I wanted to drop kick Johnny in the throat. I was like, first of all, shut up. Because you, sir, are the last person to be talking about anything. And if you are a hair skin of yourself from being Imani and Ray, a hair skin away. Like it could have been you. It's, in my opinion, it should have been you. But your girl was weak and it don't matter anyways. So it made sense for you to stay. But it should have been you. Because I can't. That was so rude. I was like, you already know, but you want to. And they tell them, you just gonna walk away from me like that? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yes. You lucky she ain't throw a whole drink in your face and then walked away.
Justine is a stronger woman than I.
She is.
Because I would have thrown my entire breakfast in his face. I would have cussed him out on the spot. And I would have walked away like nothing happened. And I would have existed in that villa without looking, acknowledging, or directly acknowledging him.
Exactly.
For the rest of the time we were in the villa together.
Exactly.
And that's why Johnny is not a likable villain for me. He has been, honestly, up until the last couple of episodes. And the last couple of episodes, for me, just revealed once again that he's a shit person.
Likable villain? No. Villain,
that's what you said earlier, wasn't it?
No, I said he was a good he was good for TV villain. He was a good TV villain. Because we love to hate him, which we do. I will spend all of my time hating him and love every second of it. Mm-hmm. But likable? No. He's not likable. I'm trying to think of a good likable villain that I like. Oh, easy for me. Dr. Will. Likable villain for me. Likable.
Who else is there?
I mean, Dan. Likable villain. If you want to call him a villain. I don't know if he's that much of a villain for me, but he's likable. Kevin Martin, likable villain. I don't like him.
Oh, I can't say Sandra anymore. Sandra Diaz Twine, the character on Survivor. Not the person.
Okay,
the like character.
That other person. Wasn't he the one who outed the other guy? Okay. Okay.
That is a conversation for another day and another podcast. But Sandra Diaz Twine, bombastic side eye your way. And again.
We will talk about that because I have thoughts about that. But yeah.
You know I do too.
Some people are likable villains. Johnny is not one of those people who is a likable villain.
I was trying to think of a likable, like, female. Oh, Jerry. Parvati. There we go.
Likable villain. Parvati is a likable.
I would say to an extent, Natalie Anderson.
Tanisha from Bad Girls Club. Likable villain.
I didn't get no sleep because of y'all. I don't get no sleep because of me. I'm pissed I wasn't there to cover it. I'm so mad.
Too bad because it was so good.
Trust good. the next time I pop on,
It's so good. But if y'all want to check out our House of Villains recap, it'll be up there.
Ding.
Anyway, so yeah. Johnny's just not likable. He's a villain. He's not likable. But whatever, sir. Yeah, I was pissed. I was pissed at him what he did. I was like, absolutely not, Johnny. Absolutely not. You just whatever. And I'm like, are you trying? And that's what I was wondering if he was trying to do mind games with Justine. Was he trying to get under her skin before whatever? Sure. Can't. But Justine was like, she was talking to Sally and was like, I just feel like everybody is avoiding us like the plague today. Nobody wants to talk to us. Like we did something horribly wrong. And so it was like, no, girl.
It's as if they offed themselves. Like that's the energy people were giving. And I'm like, that's not the energy they should be giving.
Not at all. It was weird. Then we had our little I will say comic relief moment of Callum and Deb, and they were just having a little so unserious conversation. They are so unserious. So
it's like Lord of the Flies. What's that? It's a book.
It is so crazy. It was crazy. Jack just didn't get the little self together. They talking. They like reassuring each other again. Like we know what we did. We don't regret the decision that we made. We know it hurts. It feels but Jack said he feels like he regretted it a little bit, which I was shocked to hear. That he was like, I kind of feel like I regret doing it, but not because of the reason everybody wants me to regret it. Not because I don't think they were strong, just because I feel like I a bad person for doing that to somebody, and I shook his hand, and I feel like that was a bad way to do it. And
I get that for sure. I absolutely understand that. Yeah, I mean, it's a game.
It's a game.
That's what it comes down to. It's a game. Like
only two people, one couple go in, and you have to do what you got to do to make sure your couple advances, and it's a game.
Yep.
But they're reassuring each other, like I said, and they're trying to make sure everybody they're okay, that they're good, that their mind is right, their head is on straight. They back in game mode because that's what they got to be, because they get a text.
I got a text. Oh my God.
And it's saying something about getting down and dirty, and it was the challenge for a couple's challenge, and you will go get down and dirty, and something was gonna happen.
Now, the way this challenge went down, I'm gonna be honest, Lana, confused me a bit. Because so we go and we find out not the logistics of the challenge, just the way people went about it. Because we go, there wasn't anything else before the challenge, right? Or I'm not forgetting anything. Okay. So we go to the challenge, and it's split into 2 rounds. So the ladies have to go into the middle of this giant pile of tires. It's very slip and slide Big Brother challenge. This is where the slip and slide went. I'm happy we finally figured it out.
Because we had no idea where it went.
With no idea where it went. But so you have to slip and slide through, grab as many tires as you can in the first round, and then the team that had the least amount ended up with the red tire. Right. And then in the second round, the guys have to go around trying to collect as many tires as they can from other people, putting them on their stands. But if you end up with the red tire, you are immediately dumped. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Oh, shoot.
I thought it was just like, oh, you're like extra vulnerable or something. No, you get dumped.
You're done. You're done. I was like,
you're done.
You're done.
You're done. Now I gotta say, I am so proud of my girl Sally. Finally, Sally did well in a challenge.
She ate that first part up.
She ate that up. Well, her and Justine ate that up.
Ate that first part up. They was like, and then Shelly was like, at the last minute, my knees.
I love Sally so much. God, I love Sally so much.
And what I love y'all supporting Sally and was like, you killing it, babes. You're doing it. You got this. Oh, come on, stretch with the arms. He was like reaching out like he wanted to help, but he knew he couldn't. And he was like, "Come on, get it up, Sally. Get it up, Sally."
It was like he was like willing her to do it. I'm like, I love it.
That was so good. So Justine and Sally both ended up the round with 10 tires on their poles, and Callum and Dev got the least amount. Aurelia got by one. Aurelia got 7 and Zeta got 7, and
Dev got 6.
Zeb got 6. So
they start with the red tire.
Yeah, they start with the red tire, and so this red tire, the second round, the guys have, like Logan said, he already explained. So the second round starts. And Callum immediately grabs that rear tire off and he puts it on Mitch and Zeta.
And so everyone goes in the middle and just like,
it was like, it was like a train wreck, a car crash.
All this fucking talk about y'all being upset about Jack and Justine sending home Imani and Ray, and then you're not targeting Jack and Justine?
I fully,
in my heart of hearts, was like, oh, Jack and Justine are fucked. Like, I really was like, nah, they're screwed. It ain't gonna happen. Like, it's stupid, whatever. And then everyone is just dogpiling on Mitch and Zeta. And I'm like, I was surprised. I wasn't mad about it. But I certainly was surprised because I thought for all the damn hullabaloo and all of the shit y'all talked about, especially Johnny's motherfucking bitch ass, going on and on and on to Justine. And that's what I call, again, small dick energy.
It was so crazy it was funny to see how everybody was just going, like, Mitch would put a tire, like, by the time he would put a tire on, grab the rear tire, somebody was already there taking the tire off, putting it on theirs, and he would put the tire down, somebody was right behind him, taking that rear tire off, and it was just back and forth. And for a while, it was Mitch putting the rear tire on Johnny putting it back on Mitch on Johnny back and forth. And then at one point, it got on y'all and Shelly's thing, and Shelly came and was like, get it off. So y'all gets it off and he puts it on Mitch, and then Mitch gets the gig, and then he goes like he's going towards Johnny and the railroad, and then he puts it on Jack and Justine, and Justine is like, Jack!
And I panicked.
I did. I fully went into panic mode because it was like 30 seconds left or so.
And so he grabs it off. He sprints over as fast as he possibly can to Mitch and Zeta. Stalls.
Wait, did you see y'all literally push Zach?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh my God. Y'all pushes Jack towards Mitch and Zeta's thing, and that's why he was scooching around, and he falls, and it's like 9 seconds left.
Literally, and I'm just like, no!
It's like 3, 2, 1.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I had a panic attack. I was like, I'm about to die.
I had a panic. I was just like, God.
I thought I was going to die. I was like, we're going to lose Jack and Justine.
You imagine if Jack and Justine got eliminated because of a red fucking tire
in his hand. Oh, I would have died. I would have. I would have been so mad. This podcast would have been totally different today.
We would have been in mourning. It would have been so sad. It would have been bad.
That would have been bad.
It would have been bad.
But so we know. So then we get to Maya announces who the challenge winner is, and you can just look at the tires and see who won. I was like, oh.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Oh.
And it's a bigger thank God once we get to later on. But yes, thank God Jack and Justine finally wins. They are automatically going to the finals. And I'm like, yes, Justine, Jackstine, yes.
I love it.
I was here for it. I was like, yes. Oh.
And then we know what happened.
Finally, after their long extended 3 days
4 days in the villa.
4 days in the villa, we lose Mitch and Zeta.
No,
Zeta. Mitch,
and Mitch. I like Mitch.
He's all right.
It's fine.
But Zeta, no.
But Zeta, no. It's literally 4 days.
4 days.
They entered on day 12 and they left on day 16.
Well, Julie, Zeta.
Oh, Julie.
But it was what it was. They did what needed to be done. But let me go here first because I have to give them their proper goodbye to Zeta, and
it's very memory wall, and I do enjoy it. I have enjoyed it.
I know, right? So these are our last 4 couples in, but we do have vulnerable couples, and it is Johnny and Lou, Deb and Callum, Sally and They are vulnerable. Everybody else is vulnerable, except for Jack and Justine because they are safe and in the final already. But woo, just when we think everything is all good and all great and all fun and games, and we know what's gonna happen here, right? They get dressed for the night. They go down for the night. They have their drinks to the final 4 couples. They're excited, like, woo, final 4 couples, yeah. Maya Jama walks out again, and I'm like, oh, shoot.
I'm like, Maya, what is it?
What now? She walks out. Everybody goes to the fire pit, and she's like, well, we all know that those 3 couples, we have 3 vulnerable couples, and somebody's gonna have to go, but it's not the way you think it's gonna go down. And they're like, what? What does that mean? What does that even mean? And so she says, somebody else is gonna be voting. And in walks every person that has walked through the doors of the villa except for Megan. Because she's at home with medical leave.
She's probably on a flight, if not already home.
Right. And so all the Islanders are back. 17-person jury.
And I'm going to be honest. I'm living for it.
You?
I'm living for it. Now, I hated this when we saw it on Drag Race. We saw 1 season of Drag Race, Lana. And it was shit.
Oh.
Because the queens didn't get to watch the whole season.
Oh, so you have no idea what was happening. They just, you gotta.
Now this I enjoy.
Because they got to watch
the whole season.
They got to watch everything from the time they left to the time they got to watch.
And I was like, oh my God, Liberty's back. She liked my comment on Instagram, and I was really excited about it. So Liberty is one of my favorites. But I was like, oh my God, Liberty's back. Oh my God, Jess is back. Oh my God, Curtis is back. Oh my God, Tina's back.
Tina's back again for us.
Tina's back again.
Right, Kira's back. Period. We love it.
Carrington's back. Oh,
love it. But here's my thing. Mike is back.
Steph is back. Lisa is back.
She's back.
Who else is there? Courtney's back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think we named
Scott's back.
Scott is back.
And Mitch is back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we named everybody. No, we named everybody.
I think so, actually.
Yeah. Oh, Toby and Georgia are back. Yes, Toby and Georgia are back.
They sure are.
Why are you just not saying yes? They're back. All right.
Indeed exist. Oh, and Monty and Ray are back.
Yeah, they're back too. Yeah, they're back too.
I was like, did we actually forget anybody? No, I think those were literally the only 2 people. Wow.
But everybody's back. And I, for one, am very happy that Justine and Jack won and are
Oh
forward in the
dear,
final. Because if not, baby, they
they
would
were
not have made it
fucked.
to the final.
They
They
were
were.
fucked.
Ooh, they were. They were so screwed if they did not win this. And I was like, oh, thank God. Thank
Literally.
God. But so we got 17-person jury.
Yeah.
Logan, here we are. Because that's it. That's it. That's all we got.
And we know that it is a vote for the couple you want to make the final the most.
Yep.
Not it is a vote to proceed, not a vote to eliminate.
Exactly.
And I think if it was the other way around, I think it would ultimately be a different result.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping that enough of the ladies specifically are pissed off enough at Johnny for his bullshit that they vote for Callum and Deb and for Selly and Eyal. I think Selly and Eyal getting through, I'm honestly not worried because they played the game. They didn't make any waves. They were friends with a lot of people. I think there's a lot of people on that jury that would like to see Selly and Eyal go through. The other two couples, I'm honestly not that sure. We know Callum and Deb have one guaranteed vote. Because you know Liberty's going to vote for Callum to go through. And I love her for it. But I'm worried.
I'm actually worried about Selly and Eyal.
Oh, okay.
Honestly. Because I think people are going to not want Selly and Eyal to go through and be there with Justine and Jack.
Oh, I think you're...
And I was thinking of the people, and I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel like Curtis would probably vote for Eyal to stay, but I don't know if Lisa would vote for Eyal and Selly to stay. I think Steph, I don't know where he goes.
Who knows?
Who the freak
honestly
knows where Steph goes?
I think Jess votes for Selly and Eyal.
I think Jess votes for either Selly or Eyal or Callum because her and Callum are still friends. They
True.
Just pull up. She's definitely not voting for Johnny.
Absolutely not.
Definitely not voting for Johnny. And I think the way it happened, Tina won't vote for Johnny either. No. I think, and I don't think Courtney votes for Johnny either.
I don't know that Toby, I think, is kind of up in the air too.
Toby might vote for Selly because he's still. I think Toby might vote for Selly. I don't know where Georgia goes.
I think Georgia might actually vote for Callum and Deb only because I think Georgia would value that Callum was part of the duo that sent her out, and also because they're both UK. I think that might have something to do with it. But I think Carrington votes for Selly. I think Kira votes for Selly.
Mm-hmm.
Liberty votes for Callum. That's the only one I know for sure. The only one I feel confident in for sure.
I think Mitch votes for Callum as well because they're best friends.
Yeah. Mike?
Who the freak knows?
No clue.
No clue.
Tina votes for not Johnny. Jess votes for not Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Ray.
Johnny. I think Ray votes for Johnny.
I think Ray votes for Johnny. I think Imani votes for Callum.
I think it's between Imani votes between Callum or Johnny.
Yeah.
I can see that. Who
the fuck knows? Courtney, I think, would vote Selly.
Probably.
They did, from at least what we saw, they established a little bit of a connection. I think she's got more of a connection friendship-wise with Selly.
Maybe no, she might vote Callum and Deb because Deb is still her friend.
But after the betrayal, I'm not too sure.
I think by that she's probably Courtney is somebody who gets over it. Like, I'm over it. I was mad at the moment, but I'm over it. So I think she'll probably vote Deb.
I think Zeta votes for Sally.
Maybe. It's going to be very interesting.
It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I'm going to be sat watching it.
Oh, guaranteed.
I'll be sat watching it when it happens.
I don't think I can watch it live, unfortunately. I've got a lot of stuff I have to watch tonight, so I might have to watch it tomorrow morning.
I'll be watching it tonight.
But we know that it is the final vote into the final three to go into the finals, where it's a mega duel.
Mega duel.
And
Not
you know what that feels
duel.
like to me, Lana?
Mega leg.
Mega leg. I love it.
Love a good mega leg, mega duel type situation.
Now, how are they going to work a mega duel with 3 teams? That's what I'm interested to see.
Me too. I'm interested to see how the logistics.
But then it's not a duel; it's a trio. A duel is 2 people.
Unless it's 2 going head to head, and Justine and Jack being the winners gets whoever wins, and then they go head to head.
I feel like that would be a little unfair, personally.
I mean,
just because I feel like true, but then they're also safe from being voting in the first round. I feel like that's a little. I feel like if you go into the finals, I feel like it should be all square and everyone's on a clean slate going into the final. That's just.
I mean, or it could be a game where it's like you just have to do something everybody just goes and does for their team at once. Whatever the duo is or the mega duel is, it could be a game where it's like you go grab this and put it in your thing and snatch something from the other team, or who knows. I'm excited to see what it's going to be because I have no idea.
Not a single clue, but I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, me too. And we will be right back here to talk about it at some point because we got to get this mega duel out of the way and find out who the winner of Love Island Games is going to be. I am super excited. I can't wait to find out. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. But that's about it, y'all. We've talked as much as we can about these 2 episodes, and we'll be back.
We only had 2 episodes to talk about, and we still went an hour and a half.
So think about what the mega duel is going to be like. Period. But we will be back to talk about all of this. Same panel, different day, but we'll be here.
In this case, literally.
Yeah, same panel, a different day. Hit all the buttons that you say you support us. Hit that share, that follow, the like, the subscribe.
Not the dislike.
Unless you do it twice. And if
no one really does anymore, and we do appreciate y'all for that.
We do. We really appreciate that. And we follow us on all of our social outlets at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Cup Pod, because we have some funny people. We have some funny moments, and we put them on those social media platforms. So follow us over there. You can follow me and Logan on Twitter if you want to. Our Twitter's down there. You see them. And my Instagram is right there. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that's fine. Get your cup merch at monagscreations.etsy.com. The link is in the description below. And with all that being said, we appreciate you, and we'll see you all next time. Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Bye.
Goodbye now.
That's all I remember.